Oh boy, I'm not gonna lie. The last episode has got me pretty stressed. I'm actually pretty worried about the future of Thornclan here. Hello guys, Salty Sweet Ren here, and welcome back to ClanGen. And last time we played, oh boy, a bunch of stuff happened, and where do I even begin? It feels like the whole clan is just kind of falling apart, or maybe it's just my anxiety that's making it seem that way about the whole thing. First off, we have been struggling to make sure that this clan stays healthy. Bright Nut, our medicine cat, has been extremely overworked, and as each moon passed, he's gotten more and more stressed and gloomy about just everything. Thankfully, we do have a newcomer in the clan who decided to take an interest in becoming a healer, which is Lugnut Dapple. The trouble is that she is also too injured to actually help right now, so she can't actually help with any of the healing and stuff. Hail Mask has also shown a little bit of interest in healing for now, so at least for the time being, they are temporarily a medicine cat. Just at least long enough to make sure that the clan goes back to being healthy enough that we would only need 2. After that, we'll see how Hail Mask feels about all of this. Hail Mask is sick himself as well though, which is a little concerning. Everybody's getting sick, everybody is injured, everybody is everybody's having a bad time. That's what's going on. Everybody's having a bad time. Second off, there's been some tension brewing in the clan. Fierce Star and Wigglebutt Spot's relationship has gone quite a bit sour, probably even toxic, which is definitely the word that I used in the last video. I did mention that from my perspective, it seems like Wigglebutt Spots was the one who was probably the instigator of the whole toxic side. But a few others have pointed out that Fierce Star hasn't been completely nice to Wigglebutt Spots either, and I completely understand why you guys all think that. But I'm gonna be honest, while I was on vacation, I was thinking a lot about how Wigglebutt Spots was being perceived by the clan, and how, like, there has been a lot of times when Wigglebutt Spots has been caught out on a lie, or seemed to have been, like, avoiding, like, doing certain stuff. And Wigglebutt Spots is also pretty charismatic as well, and just, I was like totally ready, like, oh, next time something happens with Wigglebutt Spots, like next time another cat catches Wigglebutt Spots, like on a lie, or doing something that seems a little suspicious, I'm totally gonna bring up the fact that like Wigglebutt Spots is super charismatic, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, who knows? And then the toxic relationship happened, and I did not know that was gonna happen, but from there my thought process began to completely spiral. I would really rather not launch into like a several minute long explanation and bring the whole video down with this topic, but there is a lot that went on in my mind that I'd already been thinking about. I actually wound up talking to my therapist about it a little bit. So that happened. Just to sum it up, my portrayal of this relationship could probably be summarized as me overthinking the entire situation, plus taking past interactions with Wigglebutt Spots into account, plus me projecting my own experiences with toxic relationships hard onto the situation. I'm going to try and avoid, like, going into detail about what's going on for now, until I can figure out where I want to go with this. But, oh boy, I've been overthinking the whole situation hard. I completely understand, like, where you guys are all coming from, but I also have my own place where I'm coming from. When I was talking to my therapist, I compared it to one of my older series. When I was doing the Sims 3 challenge, there are a lot of people who really liked Petal Spots, but Petal Spots was a really toxic parent to her kids. But I didn't portray it as well as I would have liked, because, like, other stuff came up. I was focusing more on other cats. The topic never came up, and even when it did, like, kind of got a little bit more glossed over because I was focusing more on gameplay and stuff. But regardless, this is a situation that's happened before, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go with it. Just bear with me, I guess. Speaking of sour relationships, though, our 2 apprentices, Heather Paw and Icy Paw, the children of the former Deputy Cliffcry, have also been struggling to get along. Their story is kind of one that's like really popular in the Warriors fandom. You have 2 cats who were super close as kits, but then they grow into apprentices, and like suddenly they, like, what began as just like some playful teasing grows into like a full-blown rivalry, to the point where The two have deep dislike of each other. Not quite hatred yet, but it is getting up there, which is a little concerning. Some of the people on the Discord have actually pointed out that their relationship is kind of like Dovewing and Ivy Pool, to the point where even their pelts are kind of basically the right color for it. Heatherpaw doesn't have any whites in his pelt, but it's still close enough. Most of their fights do seem to be focused around like hunting, and Heatherpaw seems to be struggling a little bit behind Icy Paw a little bit. So Heatherpaw's been lashing out more at Icy Paw. Icy Paw will sometimes like do like a little jab like, oh, better luck next time, I guess I got that one before you did, and Heatherpaw will like literally attack Icy Paw or like try and like steal his prey from under him, and it like goes pretty sour pretty quickly. The thing is that poor Heatherpaw has also been the victim of multiple times that trees have fallen on him, which is also the way Lugnut Dapple joined the clan, was because a tree fell on Lugnut Dapple, or that's what we were saying. And I am so concerned about the fact that all these trees are falling on all these cats. Like, what is going on? Why are all the trees falling? What is happening? There's an abnormal number of trees falling in this clan, and I don't like it. But despite all of that, I do like what I've been doing with this series so far, and I really hope that you guys are enjoying it too. So, if you want to support the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and be sure to hit the little bell so you can get notifications whenever new episodes come up. And be sure to go ahead and leave a comment and hit the like button, and show your support for this series. I have been saying for a while that, I would like to try and hit 5,000 subscribers by my birthday. That is not going to happen. I'm pretty sure, judging by the, like, doing, like, mental math in my head, I don't think I'm gonna hit 5,000 by my birthday, because by the time this video goes out, there will be a week left. A week and a couple days, but still a week left. I mean, if you guys could manage that, I would be impressed. But either way, I don't feel pressure to. Don't feel any pressure to at all. It's just, like, a little for fun thing. I am still, like, super grateful that you guys have brought the channel to the point that it is at, though. So, guys, thank you all so much for your support so far. But let's go ahead and dive in to the first moon of this episode. Thornclan welcomes Icy Shade as a new warrior, honoring their valor. Icy Shade is a good name. I love that. Heatherpaw sits unbothered as Fearstar rattles on through the long, formal words of the warrior ceremony. They give Heatherpaw the name Heatherfrost, honoring their patience. Heatherfrost has no complaints about the long vigil they must do that night. So, it's in honor of Heatherfrost's patience. So, I kind of want to know, like, if Heatherfrost's trait has changed, because Heatherfrost was bloodthirsty. But there is a chance that from being an apprentice to being a warrior, their traits can change. And I want to know what their traits are now. Patient! Oh my gosh, Heatherfrost is a patient cat! You went from being bloodthirsty to being patient! Wow, okay, I was not expecting that, but good for you, Heatherfrost. And Icy Shade is adventurous! Okay, this says Icy Shade is itching to run, run, run! And you're flea-ridden, apparently. Great, that's great. Cliffcry overexerted themselves and is feeling extremely sore. Oh boy, Cliffcry, you take it easy, buddy. Fearstar and Wigglebutt Spots broke up. Alright, this is what I was kind of thinking was gonna happen. The two of them weren't compatible. This has just happened on its own. I'm kind of glad this has happened. I kind of don't want to address the whole thing anymore, because I don't want to go into detail about my thought process. But I'm glad that they've broken up at this point. Let's just leave it at that. The thorn in Wigglebutt Spot's paw has been pulled out, and his nose has finally stopped running. Okay. Swallow Whisker stands triumphantly on a leg that, while it'll always be weaker than their others, now works only a little worse than them. It's been a long journey to heal such a badly injured limb. Good for you, Swallow Whisker. I'm very proud of them. They do have like a little scar on their leg, but you know what? I'm glad that they're doing so well. I'm very glad of that. And does say that he is noticing with joy how well the clan is looking after one another as of late. That is very good. I'm happy with that. Icy Shade has gotten fleas. Okay, that's what the flea-ridden thing is. Lugnut Dapple's infection is gone, and Lugnut Dapple's mangled tail has healed, but the injury left them scarred. Well, at the very least, Lugnut Dapple is now able to be a healer. I think that's most of the sick cats being healed now? Yeah. By now, all the cats are like out of the medicine den. I think I could probably take Hail Mask out of the medicine den by now, and we should be okay. I'll do that next moon, I think. Meanwhile, with relationships, Cliff Cry is telling a story to Soft Heart. Soft Heart is chatting with Rebel Heart about their day. Everybody loves the Elder. Brightnut heard an ugly rumor about Briarwing. Everybody has trouble with Briarwing. I feel bad for Briarwing, I'm gonna be honest. Pairrunner sees that Olive Clover's piece of prey looks tastier and asks if they like to swap. Okay, so the two of them are swapping prey. Rebel Heart bristles after being scolded by Fearstar. Oh dear. And Fearstar caught Wigglebutt Spots complaining about them behind their back. Oof. I'm glad those two have broken up. That's something that was a long time coming. Briarwing Muse congratulations to Fearstar for a job well done. Maybe it was the breakup, like finally ending a relationship that was just going south way too quick. Deerpelt is sharing prey with Olive Clover. Swallow Whisker comforts Brightnut after a nightmare. Olive Clover prays that they aren't on patrol with Swallow Whisker tomorrow. I'm gonna randomize who's on patrol with who, but I hope that everything will be okay. Icy Shade finds the way Hail Mask's increasingly uncomfortable. I'm still very curious as to like what Hail Mask is doing here. I get the feeling like Hail Mask is the kind of cat who I feel like came here and is like maybe grumpy because of like bad experiences. Like the kind of cat who's like, I have been through heck and all these other like, and this is a clan that I didn't come from. I didn't exactly want to be here, but my other clan was worse, so now I'm here. I'm just like, I see Hail Mask as just like a J-Feather type of cat, except probably not going to be a medicine cat for very much longer. I think Hail Mask was just a medicine cat to help out with the healing for now. Of course, Heather Frost had a huge argument with Icy Shade. When do they not? Hail Mask complains about something Red Eye did. Red Eye offers to groom a heart to reach a place for Wigglebutt Spots. Lugnut Dapple caught Hail Mask complaining about them behind their back. And yeah, these two broke up, which was a long time coming. But I'm glad that they did. This was coming. Meanwhile, Fearstar is feeling excited and still has white cough, which is a little concerning, but I hope that you'll be okay, Fearstar. Hairrunner is gossiping. Oh boy. Lugnut Dapple is feeling sassy today. Okay. Brightnut is proud of their ability to care for their clanmates. Good for you, Brightnut. I'm glad that like now that everything is like done, you're finally being okay. Finally, I'm able to actually handle some stuff. I have plenty of help. Hail Mask probably won't be in the medicine den for much longer, but still, you've got the extra help. That's good. Hail Mask is reciting the names of herbs aloud, probably trying to like be like, okay, so we have this one, we have this one, we have this one. Actually, you know what? I'll have you stop being a medicine cat when you're not in the medicine den. You're probably in the medicine den with a running nose, and they're like, okay, why don't you help us learn like what the herbs are so that you can help out while you're here? But like once the running nose is gone, then you're gonna go back to being a warrior. That's what I'm saying. Briarwing wants to get to know Soft Heart better. I think we can do that with the other mediator. Deerpelt is mediating a long-time friendship between two clanmates. Okay. You know what? Maybe it could be the one between Briarwing and Soft Heart. I mean, they're not actually a long-time friendship, but we could go ahead and mediate. Okay, everything kind of increased. Jealousy decreased. Dislike decrease. Awesome. Good for you two. And meanwhile, Briarwing, I'm gonna go ahead and randomly shuffle two cats. You've been mediated already, Soft Heart, so I'm gonna shuffle somebody else. Red Eye and Hail Mask. Okay, sure. Let's go ahead and mediate. Comfort, Platonic-like increased, and Jealousy decreased. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and send some of the cats on patrol, shall we? Let's start off, just Lugnut Dapple and Wigglebutt Spots. Sure, why not? Lugnut Dapple needs to go and gather some burdock root. They take what warriors they can find around the camp to help gather the roots back. And burdock was gathered during this patrol. The burdock plants are plentiful in the area that Lugnut Dapple chose. They'll have a good supply to last a while. Excellent. Alright, next patrol will be Hail Mask and Brightnut. Okay. The two of the medicine cats, or current medicine cat and helper medicine cat, going on the patrol. The two of them stroll through the territory, chatting while on the way to an herb patch they haven't visited in a while. Bright Nut makes a humming sound, asks Hailmask if they ever ponder their own mortality. That's awkward, okay. Hailmask swishes their tail and answers that they never really thought about it, past knowing they'll go to StarClan when they die. It certainly makes for interesting conversation, and it's all too soon that they pick the herbs and have their mouths too full to continue. We gather some horsetail at least. That's pretty deep conversation. Like, hey, do you ever wonder about death? Like, I don't know what to make of that, if I'm being completely honest, but okay. Let's see, next cats are Icy Shade and Heatherfrost. Oh, you two. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Your patrol comes across a small dog right on the border of Thornclan territory. Small dog! And I'm pretty sure that these two, knowing who they are, would try and take on the small dog. The patrol paces towards the small dog, claws out, fur up, backed up with the courage of their clanmates. The dog breaks into a barking fit, but that's their opportunity to attack, covering each other as they push the creature away from their lands. It's good to know that despite all the troubles they've been having recently, they can still work together. Let's see, next two, Soft Heart and Olive Clover. Were these the two that didn't want to get along? No, it was Swallow Whisker that didn't want to go with Soft Heart, or was it Olive Clover? I don't remember which one. Either way, you two. Your patrol catches the scent of a fox, but is it red or gray? Tracking it, they find their red enemy feeding on a deer carcass. It's impossible to say whether the fox killed it or found it. Alright, these two are both good fighters, though. Look at that, they're both great fighters. They might be loving, but they're both great fighters. And that deer fawn could feed us quite well. So I think we can try and proceed. Your cats are smaller, but they outnumber the fox, if only by a little, and it's a prize they're willing to fight for. With a prayer to StarClan, they throw themselves into battle, and the fox, already half full of venison and unwilling to lose blood over it, is driven off from the kill. Excellent! I am wondering how the cats are going to drag a deer fawn back to camp. Between the two of them, they could probably drag it, I guess. Well, they'll figure it out, I'm sure. And finally, we have Pear Runner and Swallow Whisker. Boldly, Eyes daring Swallow Whisker to say no, Pear Runner suggests hunting by the Twoleg dens. Pear Runner, you are the deputy. Why are you like daring? Okay. Well. Between the two of you, you're a great teacher with a strong connection to StarClan, and you're patient and compassionate. Why is this a thing that happened? Pear Runner is the deputy, and Swallow Whisker, I think, would, like, be eager to please, maybe? Do I say proceed? Yeah, surely it can't go wrong. Oh! Carelessly, Pear Runner is seen by Twolegs and is taken hissing and spitting to be locked in the monster's den. Overnight, they hear Swallow Whisker yowling from outside, and the two cats manage to craft an escape plan through a broken window. Shivering, Pear Runner presses their pelt against Swallow Whisker on the way back to Thornclan. Pear Runner! Oh my goodness! That is like so dramatic. I really hope Pear Runner is okay. At least we didn't lose Pear Runner though. Oh boy. Anyways, on to the next moon, I suppose? Cliff Cry is no longer sore. Fierce Star lost a life to White Cough! That means she only has 8 lives left. Oh boy. Swallow Whisker and Bright Nut see each other in a different light and they become mates. Swallow Whisker and Bright Nut? Excuse me? I was not expecting that, but okay. Icy Shade has finally gotten rid of all their fleas. Hailmask's running nose has finally stopped running, and Lugnut Dapple has gotten heat stroke. Lugnut Dapple! This is the reason you're not a warrior. This is the reason you're staying in the medicine den. But Hailmask's running nose has finally stopped running. But the problem is, once I take you out, that means, once I take you out of the medicine den, Bright Nut's gonna be struggling again. That's the problem. You're able to help right now. Lugnut Dapple can't. I'm keeping you here until Lugnut Dapple is back to full health. Again. Meanwhile, Cliff Cry is sharing prey with Olive Clover. Softheart Petal Speck complaining about them behind their back. Bright Nut is joking about a neighboring clan with Lugnut Dapple. Just Medicine Cat gossip, I suppose. Pear Runner is congratulating the former deputy for a job well done, even though Cliff Cry is, like, an elder, shouldn't be doing any hard work. Rubbleheart is talking with Pear Runner. Fearstar is letting Red Eye share their troubles with them, hoping they'll feel better afterwards. I'm very curious about Red Eye still. Briarwing always appreciates how Hail Mask always seems to ask how they're doing. That's good. Deerpelt is letting Heatherfrost share their troubles with them, hoping they'll feel better afterwards. At least other cats are getting along with Heatherfrost. Wigglebitspot settles near Heatherfrost to eat their fresh kill. Swallowwhisker reminds Wigglebitspot to grab something from the fresh kill pile if they haven't already. Those two might be conjoined, maybe? Olive Clover shares a joke about a neighboring clan with Brightnut. Maybe the same, like, clan gossip that Brightnut was sharing with Lugnut Dapple. Icy Shade finds the way Red Eye acts increasingly uncomfortable. Again, I'm still curious about Red Eye. Heatherfrost thanks Icy Shade for covering them during a patrol earlier. Yes! This is probably the previous patrol with the dog. The two of them are finally getting along. I think being the apprentice of Softheart has really kind of mellowed out Heatherfrost. No longer bloodthirsty, now like has finally learned a little bit more, like patience and like to like keep his temper a little bit more under control. I appreciate that. Hail Mask reminds Icy Shade to grab something from the fresh kill pile if they haven't already. Red Eye basks in the sun with Wigglebitspot. Lugnut Dapple called Cliffcry by the wrong name. Lugnut Dapple's only been here for a little while, so she's still getting used to everything. And of course, Swallowwhisker and Brightnut are mates now, which I'm very curious about. Either way, I'm sure that they know what they're doing, so good for you guys, I suppose. Too bad that you're feeling sore. Maybe take the pressure off of that leg of yours. That's probably what it is the fact that you're constantly balancing on that mangled leg. Meanwhile, Fearstar is craving the taste of rabbit. Good for you, I suppose. Go catch a rabbit. You have 8 lives remaining. That's the first time Fearstar's lost a life. I think that's the first time I've seen a leader lose a life since the life system was implemented. At least in one of our main series. I've done the test clan. One of the leaders became an elder, and like as I was like skipping through the elder leader started losing lives like rapid fire, but that's different. That wasn't me like trying to focus on the story and trying to tell. And Fearstar, oh boy. Pear Runner must speak with the leader soon about something they found while out on patrol. Okay, what did you find, Pear Runner? We'll see what happens on Pear Runner's patrol today, because that seems pretty urgent. Lugnut Dapple is feeling happy, but is also sick. Lugnut Dapple, please recover soon. Brightnut is curious about the other clans. You have been gossiping about them a ton today, so I am not surprised one bit. Hail Mask woke up on the wrong side of the nest, as usual. Hail Mask is just our grumpy cat. Hail Mask is a very grumpy cat, and we love him for it. Briarwing is learning more about Horse Ivy. Oh yeah! Horse Ivy is our former deputy. Oh, I miss him. Or her. I don't remember. Crap. It's been too long. And Deerpelt is napping. Oh boy. Well, you two, I am going to go ahead and I do want to have the deputy get along better with the leader. So we're gonna go ahead and mediate that. Gonna disallow romantic for this. Okay, good. Your platonic like has overtaken the dislike, so that's good. Then with Deerpelt, I'm gonna just go ahead and randomize 2 cats, Briarwing and Rubbleheart. I don't think you two need to be mediated at all, so let's go ahead and find 2 new cats. Yeah, you know what? Sure, these 2. Let's mediate these 2. No romantic and mediate. Awesome. Platonic like and respect and trust and comfort increase, dislike decrease. Good, good, good. And here says Olive Clover takes a clanmate out to a beautiful spot in the territory just for fun. Olive Clover. Hello? Do you have any romantic interest in anyone? I don't see any, but did say just for fun, so who knows? I guess it was just for fun, like it said. Wigglebitspot feels a sense of dread. What is that sense of dread about? I'm very curious, but okay. Heatherfrost is waiting to watch the sun rise. Oh, that is sweet. I like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and do a few patrols. So Wigglebitspot is going to go with Brightnut, I suppose. So let's go ahead and have them do an herb gathering patrol, see what happens. It was one of the worst storms of the season, left Brightnut in an unavoidably grumpy mood. Herbs strewn about, prey and hiding, it would take forever to find anything. Wigglebitspot attempts to find a way to cheer up the healer. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do, Wigglebitspot? Wigglebitspot splashes water from a puddle onto Brightnut's fur. Brightnut fluffs up like a bottle brush, turning around to quickly send a wave of water back towards Wigglebutt Spots. The two engage in a small water fight, and when they resume the herb patrol, Wigglebutt Spots is glad to see Brightnut looks much happier. Well, I hope you two are getting along. We did get some plantain and ragwort. Also, I am still getting comments on that previous video where I was talking about like, oh yeah, plantains are like bananas. Everybody was telling me, oh, it's a different type of plantain. Okay. I'm gonna be... I've seen the comments already. I know now. Thank you. I appreciate the information. I know now. I've gotten like at least like 20 comments about it. Thank you, guys. Anyways, next patrol. Olive Clover and Icy Shade. Alright, you two. What's gonna happen? The patrol notices commotion and finds two squirrels chasing each other across the forest floor. And are we gonna catch them? Squirrels are far too excited and quick. They slip right out from between the patrol's claws. Well, neither of you are a good hunter. You're good fighting and talking, so I suppose that's what happened. Next up, Heather Frost and Pear Runner. Okay, so Pear Runner was like looking for like something that happened on patrol that that they need to speak to Fierce Star about. So let's go ahead and see whatever the patrol has that happened. The patrol looks around for something to disguise their scent when hunting. Maybe they're disguising their scent specifically because of whatever it is. Maybe it's like an enemy, like maybe it's like a predator on the territory, like a wolf or something. Maybe it's like something that could like find them by scent. So they're disguising their scent to be safe. But they find nothing to disguise their scent and no prey either. It could be that the prey was also chased away by whatever it is. If like there's something especially dangerous happening, that's a little concerning. Let's see, next couple is Swallow Whisker and Fierce Star. I don't mean couple, I just mean couple of cats. Anyways, patrol. They find a loner who's interested in joining the clan. They banter with the cat a bit, making them feel more welcome. Well, I mean, we have a compassionate and a confident cat here. I think we could probably convince the loner to join. I'd like the loner to join. The patrol doesn't have to do much convincing. The loner seems happy to join the clan with their litter of kits. And we have Fennelstem, Burnt Kit here. Okay, and our reputation towards outsiders has improved. And this is Fennelstem! Oh, look at him! He is very pretty. Look at that beautiful pelt. And you've also has the sunlit ice eyes. Those are one of my favorite kinds of eyes because it's got like the yellow and the blue in there. It looks super cool. It says Fennelstem used to be in the rogue group but joined the clan after fleeing from the group's tyrannical leader. Okay, interesting. So there's just a random group of cats with a tyrannical leader out there. And then there's little Fern Kit. Look at little Fern Kit. You are so cute. I love you. And you are a noisy little kit. Okay. Anyways, last couple of cats. We're gonna ignore Fennelstem for now and do Soft Heart and Hail Mask. Let's gather some herbs, shall we? Hail Mask notices that the moss in the medicine den is getting old. They need to go and gather some more. Alright. We gathered some moss. Hail Mask leads the way to the best moss patch they know, with Soft Heart following close behind. They begin cutting off bits of moss. Alright, awesome. We got some more moss. Great. And with that, why not move on to the final moon for this episode, which will bring us to 30 moons. Okay. Brightnut has gotten fleas, but Lugnut Dapple is no longer suffering from heat stroke. So hey! Awesome! Which means Hail Mask. Okay, there we go. I was able to click on you there. You no longer need to be a medicine cat. You can go back to being a warrior. But you think you're going crazy. Oh boy, I am so sorry, Hail Mask. I really hope you're doing okay. Relationships, though. Cliff Cry is bickering about something trivial with Pear Runner. Two deputies, kind of butting heads. Soft Heart called Swallow Whisker by the wrong name. Oh dear. Brightnut complains about something Red Eye did. Pear Runner comforts Soft Heart after a nightmare. Oh, that's sweet. I do love the friendship that Pear Runner and Soft Heart have. That's something I've really admired for a while. Petalspec is letting Hail Mask share their troubles with them, hoping they'll feel better afterwards. That's sweet. Rubbleheart is always happy to grab some fresh kill for Briarwing to share. Everybody loves Rubbleheart. Look, we all love Rubbleheart. Rubbleheart is the beloved elder of the clan. Fierce Star has noticed Fennelstem isn't doing a lot of work lately. Fennelstem just joined. Just give him a break. Briarwing is telling a story to Brightnut. Deerpelt appreciates Cliffcry telling them they had a feather stuck to their face. That's sweet. Wigglebutt Spots feels like Hail Mask isn't taking their health seriously. Negative effects. whose help is Hailmask not taking seriously? Yours or their own? Because that changes the context. Like, if you're concerned about Hailmask, then, like, you'd expect that to be a positive effect, but it's a negative one. So I'm guessing that you're complaining, like, why aren't you checking in on me? What's going on with you, Wigglebuttspots? Why do you feel like you need your help taken a look at? Swallowwhisker helps Pearrunner get around camp. Why are you the one helping Pearrunner get around? Because I think Pearrunner's doing okay. Okay. Olive Clover caught Icy Shade complaining about them behind their back. Oh dear. Icy Shade also heard an ugly rumor about Rubbleheart. What rumors are people spreading around about our beloved elder? Who's saying these rumors about the beloved elder? Come on now. Heather Frost finds the way Palespec acts increasingly uncomfortable. That's your mom. What's going on there? Hailmask caught Palespec complaining about them behind their back. Oh dear. Red Eye swaps prey with Pearrunner. Lugnodapple basks in the sun with Softheart. That's sweet. Fennelstem saw Icy Shade miss an easy catch today. Oh dear. And Fernkit heard an ugly rumor about Olive Clover. You know what? Maybe that's what it was. It's Olive Clover heard was Icy Shade complaining about them behind their back? Maybe that's what it is. Icy Shade was complaining to Fernkit about Olive Clover, and that's what happened. That's probably what happened there. Fierce Star is again craving the taste of rabbit. We'll get you some rabbit. Don't worry. There is rabbit out there to be had, and we will get it for you. Pearrunner is feeling overworked. Oh, Pearrunner. I mean, to be fair, you were, like, the chosen by Fierce Star to become deputy, so you're doing a good job, buddy. Lugnodapple is staring off into space. I'm sure you're doing okay, though. Brightnut wants to get to know Deerpelt better. I mean, the two of you were starting to get to know each other a little better, and then you became mates with Swallowwhisker, but you had some romance with Deerpelt, so I wonder if you're, like, you still have feelings for Deerpelt. Is that still a thing? Briarwing wants to spend some time alone today. Well, luckily for you, once you're done with mediating, you don't have to, like, do that alongside anybody else. And Deerpelt is feeling a sense of pride after mediating a difficult argument. You know what? Let's start with you. What is a difficult argument that we need to mediate? You know what? I did see, let's do Icy Shade and Olive Clover, because look at that. These two are not getting along. Let's go ahead and mediate these two, shall we? Because they weren't getting along. Look at that. That's a little bit better already. Good for you guys. Meanwhile, with Briarwing, let's go ahead and randomize Cliffcry and Pearrunner. These two are starting to get along well. Oh, Pearrunner has platonic love for Cliffcry now. That's nice. Let's go ahead and mediate these two. And look at that. The deputy and former deputy getting along super well. I love that. And now, Briarwing, you can take the rest of the day to just spend by yourself. Don't worry about it. Heather Frost is again waiting to watch the sun rise. Icy Shade is looking around the camp. Okay, I guess. Fernkit is rolling around on the ground, as an adorable little BB should. Palespec was recently caught humming to themselves. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hum to myself all the time. Softheart plans to visit the medicine den. Is he doing okay? You doing okay there? Rubbleheart is having a good day. Well, I'm glad you're having a good day too, Rubbleheart. And Swallowwhisker wants to be chosen as the new deputy. Swallowwhisker. I mean... okay... Anyways, patrols for today. I think we can do a patrol of 3 cats to start us off. Sure, let's send these guys on the border patrol. Well, while walking along the border, your patrol notices a Thistleclan patrol renewing their scent marks ahead. Okay, so some of you guys were wondering if Thistleclan is the clan that Hailmask originally comes from. Hailmask, like, this is the clan that we used to, get along with. This is the clan that we used to be part of. We had some mutual respect going on. But Thistleclan might not be, I don't know. Let's at least proceed and see what happens. Once the patrols cross paths, Icy Shade is quick to break the awkward atmosphere with a friendly greeting and easy conversation. The two patrols eventually return to their tasks, feeling confident in their good relations with the opposite clan. Well, I'm glad Icy Shade was able to break that up. Okay, okay. Another 3 cats, Swallowwhisker, Fierce Star, and Pearrunner. You know what? Sure, another border patrol. Leader and deputy on this one. While walking along the border, we notice a Fleet Clan patrol renewing their scent marks ahead. I totally am stammering over nothing right now. When the two patrols get closer to each other, the patrol leader from Fleet Clan gives Fearstar a respectful nod, which they return. The patrols refocus on their tasks without stopping for a conversation, but a feeling of mutual respect has been fostered. And relations with Fleet Clan have improved. That's good, that's good. So whatever's going on, I'm pretty sure that we're getting along with those two clans at least. Last time we also saw Guild Clan. I'm curious what Guild Clan is like. Anyways, remaining cats, we can do individual patrols. 2 medicine cats hang out together, sure. Bright Nut and Lugnut Dapple stroll through the territory, chatting while on their way to an herb patch they haven't visited in a while. Lugnut Dapple makes a humming sound and asks Bright Nut if they've considered taking another apprentice. Bright Nut swishes their tail and says they've just been waiting for the right cat to show interest, but wonders if Lugnut Dapple has any preferences. It certainly makes for good conversation, and it's all too soon that they have their mouths too full of herbs to continue. This is an interesting conversation topic. I am wondering, like, I was wondering about apprentices too already. I think that's what Lugnut Dapple's bringing up, like, so why didn't you take on an apprentice before I joined? Like, I know I wasn't really in good condition, but, and now Hail Mask is gone. What if something happens again? Won't you need the extra help? And again, we have Plantain. I know that there's another type of Plantain now again, guys. Don't worry. I know about Plantain now. Let's see. Next couple of cats will be Hail Mask and Soft Heart. Alright. Hail Mask wanders past an old badger set in the roots of a hazelnut tree, only to freeze. There's a new scent here, acrid and sour. Ooh, okay. Well, one of you's a good teacher, and then you're both faithful and loving. The other's a great fighter. Normally, when this happens, we kind of plug it up and everything's okay. I think we could do okay. Hail Mask organizes the patrol, and together they lift a long, skinny branch from the forest floor, shoving the end into the set. With half the branch's length to go, there is an outraged explosive fizzing from the depths of the burrow, and the patrol retreats to report back to camp. With any luck, it's been injured, but no one wants to check. Okay. Well, at least we poked it with a stick. I'm sure that won't go wrong in any way whatsoever. And finally, Heather Frost and Olive Clover. These two get along pretty well. I think that these two will get along. Olive Clover spies a fat rabbit on the other side of the Guild Clan border. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on a different clan's territory. You're also a good hunter, a good fighter, patient loving. I think we're gonna just hit proceed and see what happens. Oh dear. Olive Clover is about to leap for the rabbit before Heather Frost grabs him by the scruff and pulls them back. A moment later, Olive Clover sees the group of Guild Clan cats that had just come into view. Good thing Heather Frost stopped them before they could blatantly trespass in full view of the other clan. Oh dear. Relations with Guild Clan have remained neutral. I want to know more about Guild Clan. What is Guild Clan's story? Who are they? What do they want? But I think that will kind of wrap up things for now. I am excited to see little Fern Kit next moon become Fern Paw. I want to see more of like what you're gonna be like. I'm also super interested in like you become mates with Swallow-Whisk. Are the two of you gonna have kids or something? Or what's gonna happen with you guys? I also am curious to know if you are gonna wind up needing more help again. Because with just the two of you, I don't know if you guys can actually take care of the clan if one of you gets sick again. But for now, should work okay. So with all that, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode here. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about anything that's happened so far. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit subscribe, and you'll be able to catch up on any future episodes that have been released, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay safe out there, everybody.